All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the graph of a rational function. It's over here on the right, and we're going to give the properties of that rational function. So here on this one, we want to talk about the domain. The problems with domain in a rational function will always be your vertical asymptotes. So here on this one, we have a vertical asymptote at x equals -2, which means x cannot be equal to -2 because -2 gives us division by 0. Same thing over here with 2. 2 gives us division by 0. So we're going to write x not equal to -2 and x not equal to 2. Let's check our answer. There we go. Now, what is the range? We're going to select the choice, and it says the range of the function is y such that, and we're going to type as an inequality. We are not using interval notation. So when we look at this graph, which we're looking at right now, x has to be less than, right? X has to be less than 2. And I'm saying x, but of course, we're talking about range. So we're talking about the y values. The y values are going to be less than -2, or they're going to be greater than or equal to -1. So there's a gap here, right? So y is going to be less than -2, or y is greater than or equal to -1. Okay, so we can pop out the graph and we can see that. Our graph is anywhere below the horizontal asymptote. The horizontal asymptote we follow, but we never touch. That's why we get less than -2, because we never touch this asymptote. We never touch it. Then where does our graph start up again? It starts up again at -1, and we can get to that point. So that's why it's greater than or equal to -1. And we can go as far up as we want. So let's check our answer there. There we go. All right, find the x-intercepts if there are any. So we got to pop out the graph. We got to look, are there x-intercepts? Yes, and it's halfway between -1 and -2. So that's got to be -1.5 and +1.5. And we can use decimals. So it's going to be -1.5, comma, +1.5. Let's check, see if that works out. All right, we did great. The y-intercepts where it touches the y-axis. So where are we touching this y-axis from? -1. So we're going to write -1 for our y-intercept. Let's check it out. There we go. Find the horizontal asymptote. So the horizontal asymptote, well, that's the horizontal line. It's going to be y equals -2. Now, what they've already done for us is they wrote y equals. So all we have to write is -2. That's all we need to write. Perfect. So now the vertical asymptotes are the ones going up and down. That's going to be at x equals -2 and x equals 2. So x equals -2 and x equals 2. They already put the x equals for us. Check that out. There we go. Now, an oblique asymptote, it's a slanted asymptote. So are there any slanted asymptotes here? There are. There are no slanted asymptotes. So we're going to say there are no oblique asymptotes on this one. There we go. Questions?